and I like Millet.
Who doesn't?
Okay, you guys are stars on the podcast now. Velkommen til Sidelinja, podcasten for politisk hjemløse. Og i dag så blir det en rapport fra fakkeltoget til ære for Maria Machado.
Government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
Beklager litt dårlig lydkvalitet i det første opptaket. Der vil ikke mikken helt samarbeide med bakgrunnsstøyen, så det er litt rotete, men det blir bedre etter hvert.
I call them in Norwegian sofa-kommunister.
Gloria, gloria, pueblo mío. Tiemblan tus enemigos, Dios está contigo. Tú vas a ganar.
I mean, definitely not the New York Times.
Libertad, 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 libertad.
It's very easy to be a communist in a free country. Try being free in a communist country, and then we'll talk about it.
Kan jeg spørre hvorfor du her?
Vi er her for å støtte Maria Corina, selvfølgelig.
Har du noen tanker om motdemonstrasjoner og den type ting?
Nei, det har jeg ikke, for det er vi liksom vant til. Det har vært hvert år de siste, alle de årene jeg har vært interessert i det.
Har du vært her mange år?
Mange år, ja. Med Oslo Freedom.
Kan du forklare kort hva dere står for?
Oslo Freedom Forum, det er en konferanse for menneskerettigheter, demokrati, men også teknologi, kunst, alt mulig. Og det er en konferanse som er i Oslo hvert år. Den har vært siden i 2009 og samler rundt 1500 mennesker i konserter.
Har du tenker du at dette er en god fredspris?
Jeg synes dette var et veldig godt valg.
Ja.
Og jeg satt også så på prisutdelingen på TV, riktig nok. Og jeg synes også Nobelkomitélederen holdt en helt fantastisk tale.
Bra.
Som egentlig sa alt.
Elevestuen?
Ja.
Fredspris. Hva tenker du om motstanden mot denne fredsprisen?
Den er helt uforståelig. Det blir å støtte Maduro-diktaturet i Venezuela. Dette er en veldig verdig fredsprisvinner. Dette handler om å støtte opp under frihet og demokrati i Venezuela, og det trenger en sterkere internasjonal støtte. Så de demonstrasjonene som er vært imot er ganske uforståelige. Og brukes jo nå også aktivt allerede av Maduro i sine taler. Så dette blir på mange måter det brukes jo av diktatoren til støtte for seg, og så enkelt burde ikke det være. Her trenger vi å støtte fredsprisvinneren og kampen for frihet og demokrati.
Det fremstår jo som det er en sånn, hva skal man si, en politisk skillelinje. Det er en venstreside, ytre venstreside kanskje, som er mer representert i disse demonstrasjonene mot fredsprisen, og som også har vist en støtte til regimet tidligere.
Dette har jo vært et lengre problem, at den ytre venstresiden i Latinamerika har støttet opp under undertrykkende regimer. Det har de gjort i Cuba, det har de gjort i Venezuela gjennom lengre tid, Nicaragua. Så her må du ha en tydeligere prinsipiell linje. Det vi trenger å støtte er en utvikling med frihet og demokrati i Latinamerika generelt, og vi må støtte prosessen og de frie valgene, selv om man skulle være uenig med hvem man stemmer på.
Har du noen tanker om, nå er det jo flere statsledere fra Sør-Amerika som er her i dag, blant annet, hvis man hører på NRK, så er det ytre høyre president i Argentina, Javier Milei, og det er de gærne folka som har kommet for å støtte dette.
Det er 4 presidenter som er valgt inn, som er på høyresiden. Det er det, men det er ingen tvil om at alle 4 er valgt i frie valg, og det er den utviklingen vi trenger å støtte opp under vi må dit i Venezuela, og det er å støtte det også ellers i Latin- og Sør-Amerika. Det er ingen tvil om at disse landene og ser man over tid, også er i en demokratisk utvikling, og det viktige er ikke nå å ha en veldig sterk posisjon på den med hvem som er der. Det er å støtte opp under at det også er frie valg fremover.
Nå står vi nå her sånn etter fakkeltoget og henger utenfor Grand Hotel.
Ja.
Venter på at balkongdørene skal åpne seg. Fakkelene brenner, og det er jo en ganske full plass her.
Det er fullt hele Karljohan og oppover og foran Stortinget.
Fakler brenner overalt. Så dette er jo faktisk litt stilig. Tenker du, Arne?
Jeg tenker også, da vi fikk den nyheten om at Fredsrådet ikke ville arrangere fakkeltog i år, så var det sånn at det lød jo veldig trist. Da. Men her er det jo fullt av folk, og ikke minst så stiller vi opp.
Fristende å si at det Fredsrådet kanskje ikke gjorde all verdens forskjell på noe tidspunkt?
Nei, så jeg mener det er vel verdt å understreke liberalismen som en fredsbevegelse, ikke sant? Så fred, kjærlighet, frihet, så hva kan du si?
May I ask why you're here?
I am for the celebration for the Nobel Peace for Maria Corina Machado and also for the Venezuela people.
May I ask if you're Venezuelan yourself?
Yes, I am from Venezuela for sure.
Is there a large population of Venezuelans in Norway?
Well, according to the last survey, we are around maximum 3,000 people in general, including the kids. But in Oslo, maybe the most concentration, Bergen, also Stavanger, and something in Trondheim also. They are Venezuela concentration, but not too much, but important people in the end.
Are there, in general, amongst the Venezuelans, support for the Peace Prize, or are you sort of on the other side of
No. I am thinking in general for the most of the opinion in the Venezuela. The majority in Venezuela think that this prize is very acceptable. In any case, yes,
so
for sure.
It's a good prize. It's
a good prize.
Deserving nominee.
Yes, for sure. It's a show that the fighting is still ongoing, and we go with the same target, and it's very important for a Venezuela population. Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any particular reactions to the counter demonstrations? Now they're not very present today, but there were some demonstrations yesterday against the nomination.
Okay, in any cases we have people in favor and people account. It's normal situation, and that is democracy. When you can accept both sides, it's acceptable, but both sides have to respect the other side. It's the condition for me. It's important, but everybody can think according to his opinion or whatever. But it's okay for me. But now we are other demonstration that support the celebration for Maria Corina Machado. Yesterday was the other concentration and parade for encounter the Venezuela, the Maria Corina. But it's for me democracy.
What is your own view on Maria Corina?
For sure, Maria is a good leader. She's represent all the opinion for the Venezuela. Not now, but maybe in the future will be the president for Venezuela as well. It's important. She is a very, very good leader, and also has keeping the spirit and the target for the most of the Venezuela population.
She is already elected after all.
Okay, it's El Mundo González. Okay, yeah, okay, you're right.
Or it's her proxy.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
And for you for giving me the opportunity for talking. Okay.
Hvem er du?
Jeg er Johan.
Johan.
Ja,
Hvorfor er du her i dag?
jeg har bodd i Venezuela.
Har du det?
Ja,
Så gøy.
ja, jeg har bodd der da Chavez hadde makten,
Nettopp.
og har et godt forhold til Venezuela, får jeg si. Vel å merke menneskene jeg kjente, og så er jeg ekstremt kritisk til regimet.
For egen regning skal du tilføye med god grunn.
Med veldig god grunn.
Kan jeg spørre hva du tenker om, det var jo et sett med motdemonstrasjoner i går.
Ja.
Noen tanker om det?
Ja, jeg tror at det er antagelig helt ålreite mennesker som ikke har peiling på hva dette dreier seg om. Og som sannsynligvis heller aldri har vært i Venezuela og har opplevd hvordan det er å leve i et sånt land. Og Jeg tror at hvis de hadde gjort det, så hadde de ikke deltatt i en sånn demonstrasjon. Og så dette tullet med at man er veldig opptatt av å få Maria Machado til å på en måte si at hun tar avstand fra at de amerikanerne bomber båter. Det er jo egentlig en total avsporing. Det er klart hun er mot det, men det er veldig vanskelig for henne å uttrykke noe som i dag er kritikk av Trump.
Og så er det litt rart å spørre folk om å ta avstand fra pirajaene når det er en hai som angriper deg.
Ja, det er akkurat det.
I form av Maduro.
Ja.
Så ser det ut som det har kommet noen på balkongen her. Det er vel datteren, kan vi stemme?
Ja, det er datteren.
Har du noe forhold til Maria Corina?
Ikke i det hele tatt.
Men har du noe inntrykk av henne?
Jeg tror at hun er en tøff dame, og jeg tror at det må man være hvis man skal komme noen vei i forhold til å være en motstander til regimet. Jeg tror hun er smart, og jeg tror hun er taktisk smart, men det er utrolig krevende.
So, may I ask what your name is?
Ivana.
Ivana. So I stopped by you because you have this beautiful dress
Venezuelan
in the
dress.
Venezuelan colors.
Yes.
Very striking.
Yeah.
May I ask why you're here tonight?
Yes, well, I live in Trondheim. I moved from Venezuela in 2009, and I have lived in this beautiful country that has given me education and good working opportunities. But I had to flee my country because of the situation, not only the political, because what I can say now, looking back, is that it's not left or right. It's just criminal people against defenseless people. That's what is happening to us, and that's why I had to leave my beautiful country, because I come from the northeast Venezuela. It's one of the most beautiful area in the Caribbean. You cannot imagine how beautiful that is. You see the sea and you see the green.
Do you have any impression of the Peace Prize winner? Do you like her? Is she a unifying force for Venezuelans, or is she as polarizing like some people are claiming these days?
Well, for me, what I see from her is that she's a relentless fighter for democracy and for liberty. As I say, this is not polarizing or being from this side or this side. Is defending your freedom against criminals. And she's been fighting for it to a level that is undescribable. She has sacrificed her family, her career opportunities. She's an engineer. She could have also leave Venezuela as I did and have a nice job in another country, in a free country.
A better life.
But she sacrificed everything she had for the freedom of Venezuela.
She could have chosen differently, but she chose to fight.
Yes. And to a level that is is out of anyone can imagine.
May I ask about your circumstances when you left? What were the direct causes that made you feel like you had to leave?
Yeah, I suffered an express kidnapped. So it's like a situation where people take you as a hostage, and then it's not like it's an express kidnap. They have a name for it. So it's like a short term. It's just to take away your car and your credit cards. But for a person like me, at the time, it was something horrible. I haven't experienced something like that. And it was becoming worse and worse. The anarchy in Venezuela is unimaginable.
Now, what you are describing is back in 2009 and before.
No, that was in 2000, it was in 2006.
Yeah.
End of 2005, but that was kind of the beginning for me to say, because I didn't want to leave my country. If I show you the pictures of where I lived in my country, it was the paradise. It's something it's like it cannot get better than that. It's the Caribbean part. You have the mountain, you have the beaches, you have all the like the forest getting into the beach. So it's like the green and the blue combined. It's like something that even when I was born there, I didn't take it for granted. I was thankful every day about where I lived and where I was, and that's not easy to leave behind.
And I'll grant you, it's worse here.
No, it's Norway is extremely beautiful and scenic.
Yeah, but it's cold and wet.
It is, but you have the freedom, and that doesn't have a price.
She thought the snow was like 5 Celsius hot, like.
Yeah, when I was I always tell my kids that when I was a little girl, I didn't imagine that I saw the snow in the TV, and I thought it was just such a beautiful thing, because I was imagining it to be like warm in a way, because I have no idea.
I see. Can I ask you one more thing?
Yeah.
So, 2006, 2009, that's still Chavez.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it seems you left the country under the rule of Chavez.
Yes.
And it got too bad while Chavez was
Chavez
running
destroyed
things.
our country. He was the first one destroying our country and setting the fundament for all this disaster that happened afterwards. So that was the plan all along, with Chavez or without him.
So the reason I ask is because in the debate in Norway, there's a tendency to say that like Chavez meant well, and then Maduro came and everything went to shit.
Well, in my opinion, no.
In my opinion too. but
and then the facts back up were my opinions also. So it's. But it's difficult. So I think the Nobel Prize Committee have done an extremely well job
to motivate people.
In kind of explaining what happened in Venezuela, how we came to this point. Because it's difficult to explain.
For sure. I talked to a Norwegian politician before, and he was like crystal clear that being against this is madness.
Yeah.
Because there is no comparison between the two sides here.
It's not sizes. It's not sides. It's like being free, having democracy, having I have not been to my country in 12 years because I'm too afraid.
Yeah.
So it's and even when I have lived in Norway for all these years, I still don't feel like I am a free person.
And I haven't been in Venezuela since never.
Yeah, because you're born here.
Yeah.
So, what's it like for you as the son of a refugee, really?
Yeah.
And you've grown up here. You've heard the stories from Venezuela, from your native lands.
Yeah. My dad is from Oslo, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he also lived in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Your father?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My.
But the thing is that I want to see us recovering our freedom and democracy, so we can at least go for vacation.
Yeah.
And maybe we can
You're
live.
gonna show your son the country, right?
I will be proud to see it, but not in the case now.
But now it's.
Yeah, now it's
while those criminals are there, we are not going back.
No.
So may I ask your name?
David.
David.
Yeah.
So David, as a son of a refugee in reality, you've been born here.
Yeah.
You've grown up here. May I ask if you feel sort of more Norwegian or Venezuelan?
I feel more Norwegian. Yeah.
Because that is part of the problem, right, with these crises. Because I imagine that doesn't feel perfect to you.
No, it's
that
like
your son feels Norwegian.
The reality is that he has lived his whole life here, but but at least I'm doing my best to teach him the language and to teach him the culture. So maybe we can go back. Maybe he can live some years when we recover our freedom.
Yeah, get to know the country of your forefathers.
And maybe feel more Venezuelan.
Yeah.
At some point.
but it's sort of illustrating the evil of bad regimes.
But we are the lucky ones.
Yeah.
We are the lucky ones that we...
In a sense.
Yeah.
But you're still oppressed in...
Yeah, it's...
You can't go back to where you were born. And your son doesn't even know your country of origin.
Only seeing the pictures. And
Yeah, she showed me pictures, videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking? May I ask how old you are?
12.
You're 12 years old.
Yeah.
So what's your do you want to experience Venezuela? Do you want to live there? Do you want to get to know the culture and the language and all of those things?
Yeah, I'd like to go to vacation and learn some things. I speak Spanish very well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's very useful too.
Yeah.
I speak Norwegian. That's completely useless.
I speak all 3 languages that I know very well.
Yeah, I mean, you speak perfect English as well.
Thank you.
So that's awesome. I did not speak more than 1.5 language when I was 12.
Well, I think I learned my 3rd language like around 8 or no. I don't know.
Now your mother is being taken a picture of because of her beautiful dress.
Yeah, she has gotten many pictures.
Yeah,
today.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and she got interviewed by Swedish television.
By Swedish television, yeah. I'm actually gonna steal a picture of her also before we leave.
I do prefer you than the Swedish, by the way.
Yeah, those Swedes are bad, huh?
Yeah.
So, do you have anything you'd like to say about Venezuela that we haven't talked about? From your perspective?
Yeah, I don't like that the regime is autocratic, communist, whatever you'd like to call it.
Yeah.
So I'd wish to go to vacation there. It seems really nice.
So we're in the crowd with a few people with beautiful Venezuelan flags. Do I take it correctly that you are Venezuelan of origin?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Do you feel proud tonight?
We feel extremely proud tonight.
This is an epic moment for us. And I live in Norway. And I am really proud of the Norwegian as well, and Venezuelan, and the whole world is now looking at us in Venezuela. And this is really an important and historical moment for us because we need this attention to finally make things happen towards a democratic change in Venezuela.
It is a historical night. The support of the Norwegian Institute for the Noble has been clear. I think there was no space for interpretation in today's speech, and I think that was very important. It was a very beautiful surprise. Sometimes institutes can be more diplomatic. Today they were clear, to the point, and they went as far as to demand Maduro to step down, accept defeat, accept that he stole the election, and let Venezuelans live in peace. So, yeah.
I was very positively surprised that Amnesty also were very clear before, because they have been a little wishy-washy on some things here and there. They've been a little more political than human rights focused, in my opinion. But I also, by accident, talked to a politician in the crowd before, and he was also fully clear about what's right and what's wrong in this situation. So I was
pleasantly surprised.
Pleasantly surprised by that.
Yes, I think it's been 27 long years, and I think finally everybody is clear. I think that is due to Maria Corina's determination. She is a very straightforward leader. She has never changed her position. She has always told us, led with the truth. And along the way, many leaders have come and gone. Maria Corina has always stayed, and she finally got the recognition that she deserved. The Nobel is undoubtedly hers, and and also part of every Venezuelan. I've talked to many people today, and they're just eager to tell their little part in the story, and she inspired all of that.
I can certainly share in that because I also talked to a few Venezuelans today, and they are unanimous in their support for Maria Corina. Do you guys have any reaction to the sort of counter demonstrations that took part or happened yesterday?
I think it's a space for both sides, but it's important to respect. And when it's facts that are so clear, and they have presented today, as you say, was clear, no room for interpretation, then it's just to go to the right side of the story, to be at that part where is no more room for autocratical and dictatorial regimes, narco regimes. We don't need that. We need democracy, we need freedom, we need love. I mean, it is clear what is the right place to be and the right side to be in this chapter of the story.
I think that they're very privileged to be in a country that allows free speech and that they were allowed to tell their message. I would invite them to check the facts and to actually listen to Venezuelans instead of buying into misinformation. And it's very easy to be a communist in a free country. Try being free in a communist country, and then we'll talk about it.
You know, I'm going to use this. I like to say that people that don't know how is the reality in that countries, that the communism is the everyday. I call them in Norwegian sofa kommunister.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
You are in your sofa and your couch and just saying, "Oh, this is wonderful." The rikdom.
Prosperity.
Yeah, is distributed equally. No, sorry, it's not. It is not. It is a lot of corruption, a lot of things happening that have been showed with facts today, and then it is very easy to talk from a very pleasant place. You just have to travel there and see the real thing.
So may I ask, because you live in Norway?
Yes.
Right? Have you lived here for long?
Yes, 25 years.
25 years?
Yes.
So, do you have an impression of sort of the press coverage of Venezuela? Is it fair? Is it biased? Does it give the right picture of how you feel as a Venezuelan, or are there some pieces missing?
Pieces missing the whole way, and that is what is difficult. For example, from Venezuela, it is difficult because the press is not neutral, or all the press is shutting down, or how do you call it? Controlled by the regime
in Venezuela.
In Venezuela,
yeah.
And here you have this conservative, or maybe like trying to get neutral.
Yeah.
And then it is difficult for the people outside the country to understand the magnitude. And then there is a lot of things happening in the world, and we haven't get any attention as we have today, right? So
yeah.
A lot of things happening, and they are prioritized to another wars or another problems in the world. And then right now it is the moment to show what is really happening through the 25 or 27 years up till now. So right now it's okay, now we are really showing the truth of the situation that we have been living for a long time. This is not new. Have been really...
And you feel that Maria Corina is a good representative of the democratic movement in Venezuela?
Yes, totally. And her daughter today, she represents us, people that are really prepared to do the change and to really just do the right things to have a beautiful, free country that with prosperity and good values. She represents us.
I had this, the demonstrations yesterday. So one of the front figures were one of the high up people in the Communist Party in Norway. And, it's quite predictable. But it's also quite pointed that party supported the Chavez and the Maduro-regime. And now the Peace Prize goes to the people suppressed by these people. And they demonstrate against it. And then Maria Corina can't really come here on the night because of the danger to her life. It's quite... it's quite pointed.
Yes,
I have to say.
The day after the prize, the freedom, the fredspris, they closed the embassy in Oslo, right? The Venezuelan embassy in Oslo.
After they announced the prize.
After they announced the prize, the embassy in Oslo is closed.
Yeah, Maduro's embassy.
And that affects a lot of people because it's not only for Venezuelan living in Norway, but also people from Finland. They have to come here to do the documentation, and now it's closed.
Oh, there's only one embassy in the Nordics.
In the Nordics.
Oh,
yes.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yes, and then it is closed day after as a protest because they are against. That is the way they act.
Well, and I think Norway acted accordingly. They offered to be part of the negotiation process. They helped arrange for the last the Barbados agreement, and they managed to not comply with not even one point of that negotiation. And I think that made it very clear for Norway, Venezuela, the regime's stand on this issue. And I think the Nobel Peace Prize is a result of that as well. It was like the last drop. I think we've been denied justice for the past 27 years. We've gone to the UN, we've gone to the International Court of Justice, we've gone to every instance available for these things not to happen, and they've all failed us. Today, the Nobel recognize our cause, recognize the suffering of every Venezuelan, and we'll be forever grateful. Norway again made history, as you did in World War II, and we will be grateful again for bringing democracy to another part of the world. So that is very beautiful. And I would like to point out that my favorite part of the speech today was when Ana Corina said, we lived in a democracy, we enjoyed the rights, but we forgot our duties. And that is a reminder for every democracy around the world. We love our freedoms, but they come with a lot of responsibilities, and sometimes we take them for granted.
I have been positively surprised myself by the Norwegian government because like Støre and Barth Eide and the foreign minister tends to be a little sympathetic to, let's say, left-wing pet causes. So you could suspect that they wouldn't be as clear, and they have been very clear, which is a relief for me.
Yes, no doubt.
We will be eternally grateful with this. And I would like to point something. For me, it's something that goes beyond politics. It's just about respect, dignity, and values. Human freedom. So it's not about politics. And that's the common ground for every one of us in every country. And that's what we are fighting for.
Definitely.
I would invite everybody to learn more about Venezuela.
We have curiosity.
Yes. And I mean, this crisis created one of the worst diaspora problems in the world, in the history of the world. And at least something beautiful came out of all that struggle, because now you see Venezuelans all around the world, and in every corner they shine a light for freedom in their jobs. And I think we've all been part of finally getting to here tonight, and that is beautiful. It was worth it, all the sacrifices.
Yeah, I can say from my perspective, I'm very happy for you guys that this happened, and that there wasn't any counter demonstrations or any
I was afraid about
bullshit.
it. Yes, I was very.
And I'm happy that didn't happen. And may I ask you one final thing? If anyone wants to follow the situation in Venezuela from a sort of a neutral perspective, are there any news sources in English or somewhere you should go to seek out this information?
Well, I would invite them to try to follow local journalists. Obviously, they're not in Venezuela anymore. They had to leave. But try to find Venezuelan journalists around the world that tell the stories of the diaspora. And ask, if you meet a Venezuelan, ask them why they're here, why they're not back at home. I think the Free Press has been doing a good job of covering the news lately. I think the Wall Street Journal. I can't
name.
No, I can't remember. I mean, definitely not the New York Times.
Definitely not.
Yes. So try to find local independent media or independent journalists. Yeah. And usually, like, if you're reading a news, ask, are they telling me something, or are they trying to make me feel something? And if they're trying to make you feel something, it's usually manipulation. So dig deeper.
This is sound advice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are still here. Hello again.
Hello again.
The story.
So interesting. So it's interesting to hear the stories. So you were telling me about all the people coming from different places, and you, a couple of you, aren't really living in Norway. May I ask first where you guys have come from?
I've come all the way from Mexico.
From Mexico?
Yes.
Wow.
Just from Spain, from Madrid.
From Spain. That doesn't count.
I know. You should have started with me.
Yeah. Bad.
No, but as me, there's been so many other people. I read the news about a person who did a GoFundMe so she could come all the way here, and she made it. Another person who came from Japan and had to take different, like many flights. And a journalist that was awarded the opportunity to come here to cover the news and the event. And we've seen political prisoners, not only from Venezuela. There's plenty political prisoners around the world. From Nicaragua. I met 2 from Nicaragua, many from Venezuela, and also I was very excited. I was a little bit starstruck yesterday when I met Masi Alinajed. And I think her story is amazing, and for her to be here, and what she told us last night, that she had to be here, she had to be with Maria Corina, that was very exciting. So to see the support from all over the place. I just talked to a Japanese reporter, and she came all the way from Japan, and she was also very excited to be here. So every story, everybody telling us the little bits and pieces that they did to be able to count all the ballots. There was this man that had to hide the ballots in his wig, under his wig, and he was so nervous and sweating, and he was like, the ink is going to get ruined, the ink is going to get ruined. And I was like, and these are all the anonymous heroes. Yeah. And it was just, and to be able to find all these different pieces.
The girl who took my hat. We were walking.
So after the speech, we were coming back, and she dropped her hat, and then this young lady grabbed it and said, "Excuse me, ma'am," and she turned around and she was like, why are you calling me ma'am? So we started laughing, and then we started talking, because that's
the way we
that's
are.
Venezuela. That's how Venezuelans we are. And then we started talking, and it got serious. She was like, "This is so important for me. You can't tell, but my head is covered with bullets." Perdigones, we say in Spanish. I was, and she told me her story of being an activist and being a student activist and being persecuted by the regime, and it was just so moving to have her, to have met her.
She was there just like one of us.
Exactly. She was just here to be present. I think it means so much to so many of us, and it's personal to everyone.
How do you guys interpret that there's a few heads of states from South America? It was Milei and a few
Ecuador,
different...
Panama.
Yeah. And coming here to support the Peace Prize, it seems to me. Happy with that?
Yes, that was very important.
Not only happy, grateful.
Yes, very grateful, and also it means a lot because the freedom of Venezuela means the freedom of the whole continent. When Maduro's regime is over, because it will be over sooner rather than later, many will fall. I think Nicaragua will fall, hopefully Cuba will fall, and I think the continent is starting to wake up and realize the dangers of this radical ideology.
From my perspective, as a Norwegian and as a, let's say, an avid watcher of news, and I like Milei.
Who doesn't?
Okay, you guys are stars on the podcast now. But, I mean, there was no one from Nicaragua here, no one from Cuba, no one from Brazil.
No one from Colombia?
No one from Colombia, first of all.
Yeah.
Seems to me there's a left-right somewhat distinction here.
Definitely. I mean, it is definitely.
It shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be because this is more than. This is not. We've said it many times. This is not about left and right. This is about principles and human rights, and there should be human rights across all political spectrum. We've seen a radicalization of the left that I find it very dangerous, and it's very hypocritical when you have protesters in a free country defending a dictator who's oppressing people in a not free country. So how do you go home and make sense of all of that? So it's not, I don't find it spontaneous. I think it is organized and paid for. We've seen reporting from Nate Friedman where he's exposed many of the protesters. And I think that we have to open our eyes and understand that this is not spontaneous. This is strategized.
Yeah. So are you guys, because you have, at least you have come really far. You've come away as well from Spain. Are you staying for a few days?
Yeah.
Enjoying the city and all of that?
I will say until Friday. Just until Friday.
Yeah, we'll stay for a few days. Hopefully we'll be able to see Maria Corina, so we're excited.
Yeah, I'm staying too. I'm trying to meet Milei. But I haven't seen him yet.
Grand Hotel is the
Yeah, I'm going to sneak in and see if I can...
He's a very interesting person, really. And
quite a character.
And he is trying to fix communist prior.
Yeah, I mean,
regime.
that's the good thing about communists. They make it really easy to fix.
Yeah,
there you go.
It is.
There's a smart point there.
But it's the overgang. How do you call it? The phase.
Oh, the transition.
The transition is very difficult, right? From maybe ruins, you get the country, you have to repair it, and it takes time.
Yeah, it takes some time.
So it won't be easy for Maria Corina to make the transition, but she has the support of the majority, really, and it was shown in the last presidential election. She has the majority. If the people outside Venezuela had the possibility, because we didn't have the right to vote, it will be triple.
I mean, we had the right to vote, but we weren't allowed to.
We weren't allowed, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We couldn't. They made impossible to.
So, what do you?
We were denied our right to vote.
Right. Denied the right. That is the right.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think are the chances now that the Maduro regime will fall sooner rather than later, and that Maria Corina will get the opportunity?
We do think that the change will come soon, but we have to remember that this is an urgent matter for us. We still have 1,000 political prisoners being tortured every day. So we need to get them out as soon as possible.
There was this podcast in Norway yesterday or the day before. Interviewed a Swede that had been working in Venezuela and working along the opposition. And he made a few claims that were, let's say, eyebrow-raising. One of the claims was that 250,000 people were killed in Venezuela. And not killed by being like strangled with piano wire, but starved to death, but deliberately. Does that sound true to you? Does it sound plausible? Or does it sound like apocryphal?
Well, I haven't heard that podcast, but I heard the title, but I think it's a strategy to oppress people by starving, doing blackouts. The basics are denied, right? That is a way to dominate.
Not for party members.
No, never for party members.
Of course not. So, that would be silly.
So that is like a model used in a lot of countries that want to how do you call it? Control the people. It will be a zombie society, as I call it, right? Because your basics are not covered, then you don't have any. And it's like the pyramid. Maslow's pyramid, right?
Pyramid, yeah.
When the basics are not to cover your needs, then you don't have time to think or like fight for your rights or realizations or it's like the way to control. Very easy the way to control the population.
Yeah. Okay. We'll hope for better times.
Takk for at du hører på Sidelinja podcast. Snakk gjerne om oss, lik, del og anbefal oss i podcast-appen din, eller delta i kommentarfeltet på YouTube.
Government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
Har du ris eller ros, kritikk, forslag, spørsmål eller noe annet, så finner du all kontaktinfo på sidelinja.transistor.fm.